Hello everybody, thanks for joining me again. Well, we're on the overnight train from Stockholm all the way to Abisko in the north of Sweden. We left Stockholm about 6 o'clock last night. We crossed into the Arctic Circle at 10 to 8 this morning, and we've just left Kiruna on our way to Abisko, and really starting to go through some stunning Swedish countryside. Well, finally, as you can see, we've arrived in Abisko. What a stunning place. We've been here twice before, but in the midst of winter, in the dark, when all this is covered in ice and snow. But right now, with all these autumn colours, it's stunning. So I'm in my element now with the photography. If you've been watching me over the last few weeks, you'll know we've been to Hamburg and then Copenhagen, Stockholm, and you can see where we're going, heading further north. Anyway, I'm just about to start walking some of the Kungsleden, which is the King's Trail. This is the northern end of a 400 kilometer walk through the mountains. I'm not doing that, of course. I'm just wandering around this local area and seeing what photos we can take. Okay, let's see what we can find, shall we? Well, it's a little bit windy, so I'm hoping you can hear me okay. And I think I've already said this, what a stunning landscape. And I must admit, it's one of these places where there's so many things to photograph, you become a little bit overwhelmed. There's some boardwalks and paths here, which make great leading lines amongst the trees. Stunning blue waters. Blue sky, mountains in the background, and this contrast of yellow and blue really works well. I'm just grabbing some tourist shots as I go, which I'm sure I'll show you. But I am trying to find that, portfolio shot, but who knows, enjoying this anyway. Those that are interested in camera settings, I'm basically at f11 to f13, ISO 100, and then trying to mess around with the shutter speed. Trying to keep the shutter speed high because all the leaves are moving. But yeah, let's go and explore a bit more. So just to give you a bit of an idea of the area, Abisko, an Abisko tourist station where we were staying, is in this huge landscape of mountains and lakes surrounded by birch scrubland and a beautiful canyon that runs down by the station. We'd crossed the road from the small wooden railway station under the railway to the tourist station, and as you can see, lots of people are enjoying walks this time of year. But it's also famous for being able to see the northern lights in the darker months. Well, looking down this ravine here that runs down by the tourist station, I have found this little rock pool high up on the edge here. So I'm going to try and use the lovely curved edges here as a leading line and then go up into the gorge with those colours. Let's give that a go, shall we? Well, I was hoping this would be a portfolio shot, but I don't think it works. I actually prefer some of the photographs of the boardwalks. The S curve on the right hand side works really well because of the deep shadow, but that shadow also casts across the pool and breaks it up. And I think I've left a little bit too much space on the left hand side of the shot, but of course I could crop that in. But stay watching the video because there's a better effort later on. So I've walked all the way down from the tourist station along the ravine all the way down to the lakeside, and there's an absolutely fantastic view back up at to Laporton, this U-shaped valley with the Polar Research Station in front, all these lovely golden colours. And then as an added bonus, there's some birds out on the water here which I'm trying to photograph. I've only got my 70 to 350mm lens, but I'm going to give that a go. I think they're great northern divers. Well, after watching the footage back and searching on Google, I found out that these were actually black-throated divers, which are an Arctic specialist, and really nice and lucky to catch these two adults that I think were actually teaching the youngster how to fish. Looking back to the mountains away from the lake, you can see the U-shaped valley of Laporton and the research centre nestled in front of it. I took this shot with my 73 to 350mm lens, made a panorama out of about 5 images at f11, 100th of a second at ISO 50. Really like this shot, and again with the 70 to 350mm lens on all the way in at 350mm. I had this set on my wildlife settings at f6.3 thousandths of a second with an auto ISO which turned out at 320. Nice sharp image. But I'll make a video about that maybe another day. Well, hopefully I got some decent images of those divers. The light's very bright and it was very difficult to focus, so I'm not sure. Anyway, making my way back to the tourist station now on a more defined track. Actually came past a wedding party down by the lake. What a stunning place for a wedding. And that must be about the 6th or 7th time I've said stunning, so I'll stop doing that. As you can tell, I'm quite excited about this trip, or at least this location. We've been here twice before, but always in winter, where everything's covered in snow, I might have said. But with all these birch trees turning golden, the blue skies, what's not to like? It looks absolutely stunning. You can point your camera anywhere and have a nice image. That's fantastic. Well, this is another panorama, this time looking back at the tourist station where we were staying. And again, it's a panorama made up of about 5 or 6 shots at 70mm, but this time I'd, for some reason, left it on my wildlife setting, so f/4.5 for thousandths of a second and an auto ISO, but really surprised that it turned out quite well. And after that other shot of the canyon, I think this is a much better effort. I've done away with that pool, and although there's still some deep shadows, you've still got some S-curves in the foreground rocks, but there's nothing really breaking this shot up, apart from maybe that shadow from one of the trees across the middle. Well, I think I'm going to end the video there for today. We have one more day left in Abisko, so join me next week to see what else we get up to, and hopefully the weather will stay fine like it is today. I hope you enjoyed this short walk around the local area. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a like, and if you hit the notification bell, then it will tell you when I next put up a video. But hopefully that will be next week. So for now, cheerio.